and welcome back to another YouTube. If you are new here, my name is Naomi, and if you're not new here, welcome back. So today's vlog video is going to be maybe a week of workouts. I'm not quite sure yet what this video is going to turn into. I just know that I need to upload. I haven't for a while. I miss you guys. So here I am. Also, maybe what sparked my enjoyment for getting back into the gym. I mean, I say getting back into the gym, I've been going to the gym consistently. But, drum roll, I'm currently working on 2 goals right now. One of them being I am in a cut for my wedding. I am on week 11, I'm 5.5 kg down. I'll insert some photos here. And I've got 7 weeks until like my final dress fitting. So we've got 7 weeks to sharpen that axe. We're putting the foot on the gas. I'm the sort of person that when I have pressure is when I kind of like perform and turn up. I'm like one of those last minute people, but gets the job done well, but just like at the last minute. But I know also I can't leave it till literally like the last minute because that's just not how body compositions work. But anyway, I am feeling some changes. I'm starting to feel a little bit leaner, a decrease in mass, even though sometimes these photos I feel like don't always showcase it. It's not always like the nicest angles, but I am feeling better, but we still have work to do. So I am working towards my cut for my wedding. However, I'm such a performance goal driven person, and I've been for the longest time looking for a half marathon to do in like October time, because I thought that's a really nice amount of time after my wedding to be focusing on something. And I did my first half marathon in February, and I did a 5-week training block and got an hour and 54, and I was so happy with that result because I just wanted sub 2 hours. And this time I've been trying to find a half marathon to race in, and they're all sold out. Like literally, I've never known anything like it. They're all sold out, but somebody posted on their story that they have a Manchester half marathon ticket, and I got it, so I'm so happy. So that's October. So I now have that to train for as well, which I'm going to give myself 19-week block training, and I'm going for a big PB. I want sub 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I do believe that I can achieve that. So that is also the other goal, which has got me super excited. So alongside obviously my lifting, I have been running anyway, but we're going to really dial in on the running. I'm just sticking to 3 times a week. I am always a gym focused person, so when it comes to training, I just love being in the gym. It is just what I love. So I'll be doing 2 of my runs outside. They're like my long runs and my easy runs, and then when I do my like more speed stuff, I will be doing that on the treadmill. But when I get closer to the time, I will take that speed work off the treadmill and start doing that on the ground outside. I've got a session now that I've been procrastinating all morning. It is an interval session. We've got like some 400 meters in there. Gonna do it on the treadmill, and I'm also going to be lifting some weights. Where I haven't been as performance focused because since finishing High Rocks, I have slacked a little bit on my supplements. And I think this can be a normal thing, because if you're always like dialing in on stuff, sometimes it's just nice to have a momentary time where you're not just being so perfect. So I can't think of the word that I'm trying to think of. We're just trying to absolutely nail everything all the time. Sometimes that can just be a little bit mentally fatiguing, so it's nice to have those little off moments. However, now I've got this goal, I've got this half marathon, I'm so excited. Day one of getting back to the performance supplements that I do take ones for like health and well-being, especially when I'm in a cut, because you are literally having less nutrients than your body is wanting when you are in a deficit, because obviously you have a deficit of calories. So I do make sure I take things like my omegas, because I'm not getting as much fat, and I don't eat things like fish, I don't eat like avocados, etc. So for me, omegas are just like a non-negotiable. I really need them. And then vitamin D and K2. If I've been out all day in the sun, I won't take vitamin D, but there are some days where I'm a little bit housebound, so I do take vitamin D because I'm just obviously not getting it on those days, so I do take them as well. But before this workout, so if I'm doing like a run session where it's a hard interval session where I'm working really, really hard, I'm going to be like pushing myself loads, and it is warm, I do take an intra-workout fuel, which is basically some carbohydrates, and that is because when you're hotter and when you're working harder, you use your carbs more, so you need them. And honest to God, like when I've used this, the way that I feel towards the end of my sessions is like a different person. I have so much more energy and I literally end on a high, and it's really, really weird. It's just incredible. And when I was doing high rocks, like I genuinely was like, I could go again. And I took this beforehand. So this shit is a game changer. This is the MARCHON Workout Fuel. So I just have a scoop of that, and then I will be putting in back on the beta-alanine, just making sure that is back in the system. So put in a scoop of beta-alanine. This is the stuff that makes your base tingle a little bit. But this one, I don't tingle too horrifically, or I'm just getting used to it. I'm not too sure. And then I also have the peak endurance. This is like quadriceps, etc. And I find that for me, these work so well. They make me feel like I can just breathe a lot better, which is awesome, which we love, especially in hay fever season. So I'm just gonna have 2 pre-workout. So again, yeah, these are all the supplements that I'm having. Been a bit slack, but getting back on it now. And as you can see, they are all MARCHON supplements, which they are basically focused on the people who are like the hybrid athletes, like the people that are committed, the people that are working hard, that really want to invest in their performance. So I absolutely love them, and I used them before I was working with them. So I do have a support link in the description. If you do want to check out anything, obviously check them out. If you want to like just try their stuff, they do things like the travel pack, which basically, I think in the travel pack you get like some of the workout fuel, like some of the protein, some of the electrolytes, so you can try a little bit of everything beforehand, and they're awesome. That's what I did first, that's what I did initially. Anyway, let's go. Starting off the leg day with the glute drive machine. This never fails to humble me. So what I've started to do with my hip thrusts or my glute drive is really focus on the tempo rather than stacking on as much weight as I can. So what I mean by that is I'm really focusing on a slow eccentric. So when I'm coming up, I'm coming down nice and slowly, taking about 2 to 3 seconds, having a nice pause at the top of the movement as well. And honestly, doing this, it's been such a game changer to how this feels. Next up, we're isolating the quads. Not only is this good to keep your knees nice and strong, nice and healthy, especially when you're running, but I also want a little bit of quad definition to come through. So we are isolating the quadriceps, and to do that, leg extensions is one of the best exercises. So what you can see is I'm really holding myself into the seat, and again, controlling the movement. We're using the muscle, not momentum. And my feet and my toes are nice and flexed. Avoid doing this with pointed, floppy toes. Next up is a glute focused step up. Now, unilateral movements are so important with running because it literally is a unilateral exercise. And whilst I also am focusing on looking 10 out of 10 in my wedding dress, the glutes are an area that I am wanting to make sure are staying nice and plump. So a glute drive step up is a no-brainer. The main focus on this is making sure we're not actually pushing off from the foot that we're stepping down with, and it's just more of like a toe tap, as the other leg is the working leg. To make this more of a hypertrophy focused movement, so we're looking for growth with the glutes, you want to hold on to something for stability. This is just going to allow you to lift heavier as well. And I'm finishing the first part of this workout with box jumps before moving onto the treadmill to complete my interval session, and I'll just pop that session on the screen now for you. Session done. So I'm using Runner for my running side, and it was like your predicted time. I know my aim is like 1:45, and I said that's what I want my time to be before I'd even like uploaded my plan. But when you go onto Runner, it tells you what prediction it thinks it's going to give you, and it's like 1 hour 42 to 1 hour 36. Now if I can do that in 20 weeks time, I will be the happiest person on this planet. So I've used Runner in the past, and I found it really unrealistic to hit certain times. So I'm just going to give it another chance and see how I find it. I have a little upper body session, and I'm just going to try and front load a load of steps in today, because with this wedding cut, we're really focusing on getting those steps in. And basically, if you don't front load them at the start of your day, you're just spending the day thinking about steps, and you're chasing those steps when you really should be like winding down for bed. So I'm just gonna go get like admin done, and editing done whilst I do my steps in the gym. I do have a walking pad, but sometimes I just like to get out into that gym environment. It just makes me feel a little bit more motivated rather than just like being at home. And the weather's a little bit on off today, but I like being on the treadmill in the gym because it means that I can basically get some work done, get some admin done whilst stepping. So it's like doing 2 things at a time. And then I have a call with I'm part of like an expander mindset club, so just working with just like a group of other female business owners, and it just sort of, we work on our mindset, we look at other goals, etc. So I have that at 12, and then I have a consultation call later on as well, so super excited to get chatting to that lady about her goals and see if I can help, and I'll be the coach for her. So that is like a plan of action for the day. Obviously I'd also have like content creation, client messaging, etc. throughout that as well. And I am looking at a lot of washing that's hung up in piles that I need to sort out as well. So all the fun stuff, nothing too exciting today. Some people, and I asked on Instagram, like, what do you want to see? People were like, more of your day-to-day life. And I was like, guys, I don't know what you think I do day-to-day. It's very, very mundane. So I just thought maybe I'll bring you along this week with that. Mainly my workouts though. So fingers crossed the gym's not too busy. It's sometimes hit and miss at this kind of time. It's either really dead or it's actually quite busy, because 10 o'clock, I guess people have dropped kids off at school, or if you're retired, you're like, that's a time to kind of come after the rush hour rush. So we'll see. We shall see. It is Wednesday. Today is long run day. I don't know, did I check in with you guys yesterday? Anyway, yesterday I did an upper body day, and that felt great. Hit all my steps. Today is a long day run. A long day run? A long run day. So we've got 12 kilometers to start off this half marathon training block. I've actually not done more than 9 for a while. I'm not somebody that particularly loves running really far on their own. Unless I need it in my training block, I'm not going to just run the miles for the sake of it. I just really love like a 6 to 8 kilometers when I'm not in like a race block towards like half marathon, high rocks, etc. So that's how, like, just an example of how I kind of maintain fitness and like running, but like keeping it realistic, because for me, realistically, I just could not find the motivation to go for a 14-kilometer run every weekend. I know for some people, like that's what they live for, and we're all so different. But for me, I don't. God, she's zooming on the canal. So I've got the 12-kilometer run today. I'm just having, obviously I'm in my calorie deficit because I'm coming for my wedding. We have hit like an all-time low this week, and I am like 6 kg down now in 12 weeks. So right on track where I want to be. I've got 7 more weeks to go, and my aim was to lose 10 kilograms in this cut. So I'm right on track where I need to be. But nonetheless, regardless of the fact that I'm in a cut, I am front loading my day when I'm working out at like a longer period or a higher intensity with carbohydrates, because obviously my body is a little bit tired. Recovery is slower. I am sleeping like a log at the minute. My body is just really trying to take in everything that it can to recover with obviously the reduced calories. So I've had a bowl of cereal, and now I'm having a banana, and then I'll have carbs afterwards and my protein. Sorry, so rude. So that's how I manage basically a performance goal whilst being in a deficit. The good news is obviously after the wedding, my deficit won't be as extreme, and then as I get in those longer runs, I will be eating more calories, but I will obviously be prepping for a honeymoon as well. But let's go.
a dance hall. Please don't come in a vibe, you know I don't play so nice. I don't wanna dim your light. I like what I like. So please don't vex me. I no sleep, no resting. I'm on peace, sanidado. Sanidado. So please don't vex me.
I am just editing this YouTube and little Miss Yapper over here forgot to kind of do an outro, and also kind of forgot to tell you what was going on the final part of the week. So on Friday and Saturday, I had full body on Friday. Saturday was a 7-kilometer run with my mum. That's what she's currently doing on a little loop at the moment. So I thought, why not join her? Because I actually had 7 kilometers programmed as well. So that was brilliant and that was perfect and was a lovely way to end the week. In the next vlog, I am glowing up for my hen do. I'm currently supposed to be glowing up. Clearly no glowing up has happened just yet, but come tomorrow, we're glowing up for my hen do, which is this week, but next week in terms of YouTube world. So anyway, thank you so much for getting this far. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Please feel free to subscribe and like this video because it helps massively. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.